Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome for the first episode of Social Distance, where we talk about many things, mostly sports, but with so much going on in the country today, we decided this was a conversation we need to have. One of the things about why I have these two guys and why we're all together as a group is because we can actually have a conversation. Me and Randall were talking about this, right? You get these people, they start yelling. They're not making sense. It's all emotional. So we're not going to do that. So today we're going to talk about the January 6th Select Committee. I have with me today Mr. James Williams, right beside me.
Bear down, Chicago Bears.
And I have Mr. Randall Goring. Lord. So, you know you from Alabama.
Dad's from Alabama. I'm from Chicago.
So, we were talking about the January 6th Select Committee. It is not usually how we're going to do the format of the show, but this has so many implications, I believe. I think if you actually wanted it to be a legit committee, you run it like a legit committee. And also,
how's it not?
Think about it, right? Here's how committees usually work, right? The party in charge selects their four. The minority party selects their two. Nancy Pelosi rejected the two that the Republicans nominated and selected her own.
No.
Yes. That's it. Randy, am I wrong?
No.
That's what I understand.
No.
Yes. What do you think happened, James?
So how are you? You know what was asked, right? They asked for equal participation from the Republican and the Democrat Party, right?
No.
This is what Kevin McCarthy requested. These are all the things that Kevin McCarthy requested. And when Pelosi and all of them agreed to them, Trump said something to Kevin McCarthy, and then he kiboshed the whole thing. So that's why they ended up with Kinzinger and Cheney. Everything that the Republicans asked for the Select Committee, they got.
That is, I just watched Jim Jordan.
Really?
Yes. I just watched him say, because remember.
Are you talking about Ohio State Jim Jordan?
Yes.
The one who let all the wrestlers get sexually assaulted by a Dr. Jim Jordan.
Doesn't mean he shouldn't have been on the Select Committee. Anyway.
He's part of the conspiracy.
Please. Anyway, because he was one of the two nominated by the Republicans.
Oh yeah, he talked to Trump all the time. He talked to the president every day. But you can't remember when you talk to him, and you talk to him every day. Come on, bruh.
I talk to plenty of people every day. I couldn't tell you the conversation we had on what day.
They didn't even ask him about the conversation. They asked him, when did he talk to Trump? He can remember whether it was before or
well,
after.
see, that's harder to remember than the actual conversation for me. You ask me
Randall,
a week from now when we all got together and started talking.
Hey, Randall.
Like, oh, it was a Sunday. What time? I don't know.
Hey,
actually, you're wrong. It was a Saturday.
Hey, Randall.
It was a Saturday we got together.
If you got to talk to the
you just perjured yourself, see?
the United States of America, wouldn't you remember that?
Not if you talk to him every day, then he's not really the president, he's your boy. Think about it, if I became president, we talk all the time. Could you remember a conversation we had? Like when you talked to President Dawson last?
Listen, before I
got to keep an eye on you. If I do become president, you might be taking notes.
Before I joined the Army, I can tell you that in August, I got to practice with the Chicago Bears. I got to meet my idol, Mike Singletary, in August of 1990.
Yeah, okay.
Remember that shit, but you can't remember when you
Sure. You can remember key stuff. I remember
hold on.
my baby.
Is it Mitch Trubisky, y'all's quarterback now?
My first professional wrestling match.
I
can't remember a conversation I had 3 weeks ago.
But back to the point. So, James, you think the January 6th Select Committee is legit?
Yes. Because they gave them the option of having Republicans on the committee. But what they chose were Republicans that were part of the conspiracy. What I am waiting to see is the Republicans that asked for the presidential pardons. That is going to be a fucking game changer.
I think it's going to depend on the November elections. Yeah, because you can bet. Brenda, what do you think it's a legit committee?
Yes, unfortunately, I do. I think it's still a shit show, but it is legit. It's a legit shit show.
So it was a 7-part conspiracy to overthrow the election. I see you rolling your goddamn eyes over there. I see you rolling
because it's here's the thing, right?
I'm listening.
I don't think that this committee is legit. I'll tell you why, right? It's a kangaroo court. Why would you hire an ABC producer to produce your fucking committee hearing?
Because
at prime time live in their ratings
who are you trying to reach? Who are you trying
voters,
to
because November's coming up.
Yeah, it's the world of rock
voters.
And roll.
November's coming up.
There you go. Dude, how many tweets did Trump tweet out and fucking hundreds of thousands of people gravitated to it?
Hopefully we get millions.
Well, your audience.
That doesn't bother me.
It's your audience.
Well,
that's
here's what bothers me, right? You give the appearance of not being legit when you do stuff like this. That's my problem. And you have to also look. Things are fair. Anybody remember what happened on May 29th? I'll give you a little hint. Yep, Antifa burnt the Church of the President near the White House, knocked down a guard tower, took down the thing, almost burnt down the White House. Remember when Trump had to go into the Secret Service took Trump into the basement?
Yeah, and everybody was like, "Oh, look at Trump! He's hiding in a bunker." Yeah, I remember that too.
That's what kind of gets me. It's with the January 6th Select Committee, right? Here's why: if I were a Democrat, I wouldn't have done it. All you're doing is galvanizing people, but that's what politicians want to do. They want to galvanize.
Yes, exactly. That's what they want to do.
Yeah, but it takes your eye off the prize. Huh?
Dude, this is what. How many times have we had this conversation? This is such a shit show, simply because of power. They don't want to give up power. None of these fucking people.
Right.
Well, the emperor said that. Yeah.
None of them want to give up power. Listen, you can even. Please tell me how you can elect to Congress Marjorie Taylor Greene.
I like her. She has spunk and she carries a gun.
The highlight of her fucking life should have had like a baby on her hip pushing a stroller through Winn-Dixie. That should have been the highlight of her life. It's
kind of sexist. How do you know she doesn't identify as a man?
You could say that about a lot of people.
She got a man.
You could say that about a lot of people, dude.
I'm not gonna name any names. I'm not gonna go there. AOC, their entire squad.
AOC is a beast.
AOC's stupid.
No.
You see what she just did? This woman has been crying since January 6th. They were trying to kill me right in and high. She hid in the bathroom.
That back triggered me. I'm crying now.
Yeah.
Then she was on a video talking to some black representative from Mississippi, right? And she was like, "Where you at, bro?" And I'm like, "Whoa, you ain't hard like that. Stop, please. You're embarrassing everybody." You have some good ones. Unfortunately, you don't have that many good ones. And you got to look at the totality of what's going on. What's going on with our country right now is not just about January 6th. You have the First Amendment shit coming up where they want to silence your speech. Think about it. One of us says something wrong, this YouTube channel, gone. And then when they have the disinformation board.
They want to tell a woman what to do with her body, those fucking people.
No, bruh. Like you just said the thing about, what's her name, right? Marjorie Taylor Greene, right?
Yeah, horseface.
If you had said that about horseface AOC, right? If YouTube saw that, boom, down. Because you're talking about a leftist. So if you're going to say something derogatory, make sure it's not about a leftist channel, will get taken down. There's also certain things we can and can't say.
No racial slurs. No racial slurs.
No, it's not even that deep. I made a video talking about, hey, we have to be careful what we're doing, blah, blah, blah. I mentioned Civil War, and they took that video down. I'm like, what the hell?
Civil War.
And I think we're there, and I think we've been there for well over a decade. Well over. It's just amping up.
Did I say well over a decade? No. I think the country just turned bad, and this is just my opinion. When they elected somebody who had no idea of what the job of president entailed. And everybody say, well, Trump was a new president, Obama was a new president, and Obama, people forget, Obama was a senator before he became president. Trump comes right down the escalator, and he made it comfortable for people to be negative in front of everybody else.
No.
You don't think so?
I got it.
It happened before that.
Was lowered? You don't think the bar was lowered?
No. It was no. It was way before that. It was when Bush was president. Remember all the hell Bush was getting? Then when Obama got in office, remember he stepped off the plane in Idaho or something? And the Republican senator's all up in his face, pointing their finger in his face. That's the president of the United States. That's when it became comfortable. And it started happening over and over. When the Trump era came in, it just kind of heightened.
Yeah.
Hold on, you guys.
You respect the person, you respect the office.
Yeah, but that's disrespecting the office.
You guys. Yo, I got a story for you guys. Can you hear me?
Yep.
We can hear you.
Okay. I got a story for you guys. This is a true story. You remember that comedy show, HBO One Night Stand? It's like a 1 hour comedy special that HBO used to do.
Yeah.
Well, I'm watching a rerun of HBO's One Night Stand, and this was like 7 years ago. Okay? 7 years ago, Barack Obama was still president. So this female comedian, Paula Poundstone, who I actually like.
I know Paula Poundstone, yeah.
Paula Poundstone was like Ellen DeGeneres before Ellen DeGeneres came out.
Yeah, the molester. Yeah, that molester chick.
Yeah, well, Paula Poundstone comes out on stage, and immediately the crowd's clapping for her, cheering and everything, and she immediately grabs the mic and goes, "George Bush is not my president." And I'm sitting there watching this, and I'm like, wow, this is a really old episode. And she goes, "Michael Dukakis should be the president of the United States right now." And I'm like, whoa, holy shit, she's talking about Bush Sr. And I'm looking at the thing. This comedy special was recorded back in like 1988.
Damn, so I was only off by 15, 20 years.
And 16.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, they've been saying X is not my president all that time.
Regardless of how.
Damn, I was still in high school.
Yeah, regardless of how I may feel, I know the president is elected every 4 or every 8 years. I know that.
Well, that's like even when Trump was president, they're holding his head in effigy.
My point is, people have been saying that shit forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
that is not my president. This didn't happen when we elected the first black man. I voted for Barack Obama twice. He was my president.
But the thing is,
I didn't vote for Joe Biden, but unfortunately, Joe Biden is my president. He is the president of the United States.
Yeah, we know, Dan.
I didn't vote for Donald Trump. Donald Trump was my president.
I'll vote for him again.
It is what it is.
Well, see, here's the thing, right? I'm actually getting a sick joy out of this.
So when
I don't want to see Biden fail.
Where did this revolution start? Where did the civil war
I think we have to
start?
go back. Probably we might have to actually, if we did our homework, go back to Kennedy.
Did it ever really end?
Yeah.
We might, but with the Biden thing, like I said, I'm getting a joy out of it. I'm getting a sick joy out of it. I don't want to see the president fail. And how I look at it is, I'm not mad at Biden, because if you go back and you watch every debate he did, Biden said what he was going to do. So people can't be mad at him now. It's not like he came up there and lied and said, "Hey, I'm not coming after your guns. No, I'm going to open up more drilling. No, I'm going to make a super energy He didn't say any of that. He said he was shutting down drilling. He said, hell yes, I'm coming after. Well, actually, that was Beto. But he said, I'm coming after your AR-15s and AK-47s. And so now when prices are out of hand and you're getting new gun laws, this is what happens. Here's the problem, though, right?
New gun laws?
Well, no, we don't. Anyway, we need ass whoopings in the household is what we need. I'm serious, man.
But we
These-
We
can't do
don't
that.
need
We
new gun
can't
laws.
do
There's
that.
thousands upon thousands upon thousands of gun laws.
3,000.
And how's that
But
working out?
here's the point, right? The problem is we've come to not so much a legal separation. A legal separation or social separation that can be handled and maintain a country. We've reached a separation of morals in the
Yeah,
country.
I
true.
agree. I agree.
Yeah. And that's really a big thing. So what you're seeing, I'm seeing it now because I've never seen so many people move, not just like to Texas or Florida, move out of Texas, move out of Florida, and people are kind of flocking to their own people, and it's kind of good because it keeps tensions down, I believe. It's also kind of bad because it separates the country because now you have these people over here who think specifically this, and these people who think specifically, where's my hand? Specifically this, right? So they're like apart.
Sure.
And
yeah.
it used to be, it was on a social element. The South was different than the North. The East Coast is different than the West Coast.
Very.
Now it's on a morality level. That's the scary part. I would have never thought I hear about a Supreme Court justice being threatened to be assassinated over an abortion issue. Abortion is another big topic that separates us. Huh?
They're trying to kidnap the governor of Michigan.
That was the FBI, man. You didn't see that? They ended up having to let those guys go because it was 15 people.
Dude, when
12 of them
15
were
people
FBI
were trying to
agents.
kidnap the governor and 12 of them are FBI agents, it's a goddamn red flag.
There's a problem. There's a problem. There's a problem.
Yeah, they ended up having to drop that, man. It's
Did you see the ones in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho? All the white supremacists that were in the back of the U-Haul?
Yeah. Mhm.
What happened?
God, what are they called? Yeah, 31 of them were just arrested. Yeah, fuck 'em.
in the back of a
I hope
U-Haul?
that doesn't get this video booted.
Oh, man, you got to watch that. They had these fucking people going to do a protest. All of them ties to white supremacists, factions and shit like that. And one person,
It is Idaho.
because they saw something, pulled over the U-Haul, opened it up, 31 of them motherfuckers there with body armor, signs, riot gears, and all that shit.
Well, Antifa does it.
Yeah,
Well, they should be arrested too.
I agree.
Well, Antifa is such side jumpers, man. Those people, they just want violence any place they can get it. You got to really make the distinction.
Keepers, all of them.
I love the Proud Boys
You would. You would.
and the Oath Keepers.
You would.
I don't. Yeah. No, they're all insurrectionists.
They're all
Every one of
scum.
them should just
They're all
they shall be hung.
Well, see, here's
I'm
the
an
thing, right?
extremist for the
Hold
middle.
on. With the Proud Boys and the 3%ers, right? They are the exact opposite. Maybe they're over patriots, but they are the exact opposite. They don't want to see the country fall. They want to make sure the country stands. So what you have now, like I said, see, you got those two opposing forces. So that's why I said maybe this separation isn't a bad thing. You can't fight if you're not close to each other, right?
Now that I agree with you on, Dan. I think there should be a national divorce. Otherwise, it's going to be bloodshed. Otherwise, it's going to be Amber Heard and Johnny Depp cutting each other's fingers off and shitting in each other's beds.
Shitting in beds, you know. Man,
I'm walking in my bedroom tomorrow and be like, damn,
Go their
Antifa
separate ways.
got me
You know,
again.
kick the dog.
But no, like I said, abortion, that's more of a moral
political.
issue.
No, it's political.
It's moral.
They politicize the shit out of it.
Well, you see, here's the thing, right? If you say, hey, we're going to let the states decide, no matter how this comes out,
Both
you're
sides-
still not going to lose
Both
abortion.
sides politicize the shit out of
Yes.
abortion.
It's politicized.
See, here's the thing, right? Right now,
How does a group of fucking old white men get to tell a woman what she can and can't do with her body?
actually,
Easily.
there's
Easily.
white women on there too. And plus,
Easily. I can tell you how it happened, how easily how dare they say what you can do with your body. They've been saying what we can and cannot do with our own bodies since
With
Christ
the
was a corporal.
vaccine, right? With the vaccine.
well, not
I'm
well,
not
and
even
that
just talking about the vaccine. I mean, try smoking some crack in front of a police officer and see how quickly you don't get your ass whipped.
depends on what city
There's
you're
a
in.
lot
In
of
San
things.
Francisco,
There's
you
a
can
lot
probably
of
buy
things
some
you're
from
not
one of the
allowed to do
cops.
with your body that has been been
Yeah, but we're talking
been
about
laws forever.
about a woman's right to choose whether or not she brings forth life into this world.
But you're missing the point. It's just an arguing point. All these people, especially the sisters of whoever, right, that walk around in the red. Number one, it's the middle of summer. You're walking around in all red, whatever they are, from some kid movie or whatever. In some states, like California, they want abortion up until 2 hours after the baby's born. So the Supreme Court.
No, hell
No. Watch the testimony.
Yeah. Oh my
Watch
God,
the testimony by the senator who wrote the law, who's a doctor. She gave testimony that yes, we will make the baby comfortable to 2 hours. The mother has 2 hours after the baby's born, even if it's carried full term, for the mother to decide to have an abortion or not.
How is it?
Hey,
I know that. Hold on. See, that's why I go back and I say it's a moral issue. Here's the problem: the wrong side is protesting. It's the anti-abortion people who should want to keep this at a federal level, because right now it's being regulated all across the country. So if it goes to a state level, it should be the anti-abortion people who are marching in front of Supreme Court people's houses.
Go, Randall.
Let me grab something real quick.
James, let me ask you something really quick, man.
Of course.
When the Uvalde shooting happened, okay? I'm gonna tie this together, okay? Just bear with me for a second. When the Uvalde shooting happened in Texas, which we can talk about forever, why is it when I was reading the CNN news article, they were saying that Uvalde, Texas is home to this congressperson who is a Democrat, who was the only person that voted against the late-term abortion bill? Why did they even have to bring that up?
To politicize everything, because they're trying to take away from the shooting. That's all. They're trying to take away from the tragedy, because we all know who fucked up on that one.
There's a lot of fuck ups on that one.
Oh, the police definitely fucked up on the Uvalde
Man.
shooting.
Yeah.
But I just want to even know why abortion was even brought up in that news article.
To deflect. That's it. To deflect.
I keep saying the wrong people are protesting this Roe. If Roe versus Wade gets overturned, right? You can go to California, New York, probably Washington, Oregon, and get up until after birth abortions. Right now, you can't do that because the federal government controls it. So you give it to the states. The abortion rights people, the pro-abortion people should be happy.
This is what's
because now it's going to lift limits in some states. It's going to raise them in some states, but it's going to lift them. And here's what you have to look at, right?
There's been term limits on abortions. There's always been term limits. Always.
Several states introduced bills. It wasn't just California. Introduced bills lifting those term limits. Several states introduced, and they have several states introduced bills outlawing it altogether.
This is what's going to happen. If Roe versus Wade gets overturned,
I know Louisiana has passed legislation.
You're breaking up, Randall.
yeah, you're breaking up, buddy. You sound like he's underwater.
Poor signal. You stepped out back.
But
Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. He look high, don't he? He look high, don't he? He looks high.
Newport. I think he smokes Marlboro, so.
You can still
sounds like
save
he's
that
underwater.
baby's life at 8 months.
Randall, pause.
We did not hear a word you just
No, it was just all broken, bruh.
said. Because your picture is frozen with your eyes closed like you're thinking about something really good.
Like I'm saying, man, the wrong people are protesting.
Uh-oh, Randall's gone.
He'll be back. The wrong people are protesting. You should, man. If you're pro-abortion, you should be happy as hell. Be like, what? I can go to California and get an abortion every day.
If Roe versus Wade gets overturned, there are going to be a lot of women that hurt themselves trying to procure an abortion. There are going to be people that die procuring abortions because they're going to get those backyard fucking basement abortions. And then if you're going to
Hey,
ban
James,
abortion
newsflash.
altogether-
Every time an abortion occurs, somebody dies.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
When do you consider
Look,
life happens? When do you consider that?
Move it.
At conception or first heartbeat?
I'll spot you one. I'll say go first heartbeat.
Oh, I think Dan's frozen now.
That's about what, 15 weeks?
No, first heartbeat occurs between 6 and 8 weeks.
I'm gonna look it up.
There's a heartbeat bill. Some state passed. The Supreme Court overturned it because, and a lot of people objected because they were like, well, some women don't even know they're pregnant at 6 weeks.
Right.
But if the heartbeat's already started before then,
and that's fair to me.
you know what I'm saying? But when you're saying, hey, a woman can decide to have an abortion up to 2 hours after the baby's born, that's a little much for most people.
That's fucking murder.
That's
murder.
insane.
That's murder.
Well, see, and there's doctors
agree on that.
There's doctors. That's another disturbing part. There's doctors that even as a doctor, 9-month pregnant woman came in. If the baby's life wasn't in danger or hers, I wouldn't be able to do it. Yeah. So, but to each his own. I mean, if California wants to pass it, let them pass it. I don't care. I don't live in California.
I'm going to get a drink.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
I as a Washingtonian, I as a Washingtonian don't give one iota of a fuck. No offense, Dan. How you run your state in Texas?
Yeah, and that's just kind of the thing, right? Which is another thing I noticed. I think that's a major problem with this whole new movement. Is you have people who want to tell other people what to do so badly. Like, we're doing this in Oregon, so you have to do this in Nevada. Like,
right.
No, won't you just do that over in Oregon and leave me the hell alone?
And then leave you alone. Exactly.
Right. And also there's 30% off on Chewy's if you order online.
Okay.
So
Nice plug.
Nice
plug. Okay, that's like me. I'm drinking Mountain Dew Spark right now. It's pretty tasty.
But no, I'm saying, so what we have now is not a think about it. How moral is it for Chuck Schumer to stand on the courts of the Supreme Court and threaten 2 justices? Even the Chief Justice had to come out and say, no, you're not going to be doing that. Chuck Schumer did apologize, but it's too late. The word's out there. Now they want to block off. I saw this article right before we came on, so I didn't really get a chance to read it. But they want to form a ring around the Supreme Court and block it off so they can't get in tomorrow to deliver their decision. And it's like, okay, people. Because most of these people protesting, they already stay in blue states. So their abortion laws are going to get more lax.
To me, that is exactly the same as the January 6th.
I think
you're disrupting the democratic process. Therefore, you're a traitor. Therefore, you need to be hung for treason.
Every last one of those motherfuckers that breached the Capitol were seditionists.
And they need to be hung. And they need to be hung for being traitors.
That participated.
Hold on. No. Disagree.
Traitor in the United States.
Disagree. Here's what an exception should be made. If they were opening the doors and people are walking in, just taking pictures, they're not hurting anybody. How many old grandmothers did we see there? They shouldn't be charged with anything. Let those people go.
That's a good point. That's a good point. There's plenty of video of the cops just letting them in. Welcome, high five.
Well, you got to look at it, right? If the cops weren't communicating,
that's not the same thing. That is not the same thing as busting out the windows and climbing up the walls
and attacking people and
then Horseface talking about
people.
Ashley Babbitt was trying to stop them from breaching the Capitol. Really?
No.
Oh no, they have. No, they have. Have you seen the footage? She's trying to stop people, right? And they start squatting. Hold up.
The horns.
I feel.
Hold up. Let's pause on Ashley Babbitt. I'm starting another Zoom meeting.
Okay.
Because now you know Zoom wants you to pay, so I'm gonna have to.
Like 8 minutes? What was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Upgrade to Pro. I'll just start another one. Show them.
Yeah, I'm not buying that one.
So we'll pick up off the Ashley Babbitt thing.
Oh my God. How can you follow? Dude, Marjorie Taylor Greene has got to be one of the dumbest people in Congress.
Besides AOC.
Dude.
There's a lot.
Hold on.
No.
Hold on.